xylitol?
What is that?
It's a derivative of corn, but
Yeah.
it's
It's a sweetener.
it's exact ratio, 1-to-1 ratio with sugar. So like if you're making cookies, you instead of using sugar, you can use xylitol.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen much research on that or not. I've done a little bit of research myself, but
Yeah, let me give you the scoop. Okay, so we know sugar and calories are bad for you, right? Less calories is good. Eat less. That'd be better for you. Sugar is bad for you. We don't like sugar. We eat too much sugar. Our brains are set up to eat sugar. So the solution is to come up with foods that have good taste without the sugar. And the common sense approach is then by having Diet Coke instead of Coca-Cola, you will lose weight, or you won't gain as much weight, right?
No. Wrong.
In other words, let's put in our Coca-Cola, let's put stevia or aspartame or saccharin or xylitol, something instead of sugar, and then we'll have fewer calories. And common sense tells us that you'll lose weight or not gain as much, right?
no, doesn't work that way.
Imagine with me, you are the president of Coca-Cola. They just made you president. Congratulations. Your office is big as a football field. Gold, Coca-Cola bottles. You have an assistant to do everything. There's an assistant to shop for you, an assistant to drive you home in your Coca-Cola car. Your garbage cans are solid gold Coke garbage cans. But you got to perform as the new president of Coca-Cola, right? So as the president of Coca-Cola, just for interest, I think I would call in the president of Diet Coke, because you're in charge of the whole company. And when the Diet Coke guy comes in, I would say, just close the door behind you and, excuse me, you're the president of Diet Coke, right? Yes, sir. Huh? Yes, ma'am, if you're the new president. Is there any research? Have we done any research on whether Diet Coke helps people lose weight? Don't you think you would want to know that? You're the new president of Coke, and you can go to the Diet Coke guy, right? Ask him. Wouldn't you want to know that? Does that sound reasonable to you to ask that question?
Mm-hmm.
What are the possible answers the Diet Coke guy could say? He could say, we haven't done any research on that. We never looked into that. If that guy gave me that answer, he'd be fired. Because you're making a diet drink. You got to look into that, right? Let's suppose he said, yeah, we looked into that. Now he's only got two answers out of that, right? Either it helped or it didn't. If it helped, do you think you and I, as average consumers, would have heard about it? Even if you drank Diet Coke for a year and you lost 5 pounds, do you think that you and I would have heard about that? Average consumers. Can you imagine what you would have done with that ad? That Diet Coke ad helps you lose 5 pounds in a year. That would be on every end cap at Walmart, every grocery store, the Super Bowl, the World Cup, the US Open in tennis and golf, right? Have you heard anything about Diet Coke helping you lose 1 pound? Any ad at all that even hinted at that? Diet Pepsi helping at all? Even 1 pound?
That's just to get rid of Tab. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but
Tab did
why do you think that's the case?
It doesn't.
Because it doesn't help. So let's take mice. They did this at Purdue University, and they feed 1 box of mice Coca-Cola and 1 box of mice Diet Coke. What happens at the end of 3 months? Who's heavier? Diet Coke.
Really?
Diet Coke's heavier. Let's just put a little saccharin in the water of some mice compared to regular water in the other mice. You get heavier if you have saccharin in your diet. The common sense idea, we'll eat less calories, you'll still have the sweetness, and so you can eat that, and you'll lose weight. You won't be as heavy as somebody drinking soda pop. And in fact, what is the favorite meal of my patients pre-op at McDonald's? What do they order? What do my patients order when they do the drive-thru? I'll have a Big Mac, extra large fries, and a Diet Coke as I'm watching my weight. Because it's fewer calories, right? What we think we know now is if you try and fool the brain keeps track. It says, ah, so you gave me a Diet Coke today? That should have been an additional 400 calories. I notice you didn't give it to me. No problem. I'll get it back. And so you actually eat more to make up for that. So no diet soda, no diet cookie has been shown to help you lose weight. So patients ask me, shouldn't I avoid the Gatorade? Shouldn't I avoid this, avoid the sugar and drink the diet drinks? And the answer is no. Sorry. Not only is it not a good idea, it's probably a bad idea. You're harming your brain. You know, this is your brain and this is your brain on equal. This is your brain and this is your brain on saccharin. Okay? In other words, what mice and human beings do, if you do a research in the United States, which has been done, they've analyzed people's diet and they ask them how many diet drinks they drink per day. Every time they drink an average of one more per day, they gain about 25 to 50 pounds. On average, in the United States, drink more diet drinks, you're going to be heavier. That's the association. So no, back to your question, xylitol, stevia, aspartame, equal, all those things, in my opinion, are a bad idea. Now, then my patients, you know, where's the person here?
Want me to?
Go ahead. Dr. Rutledge, are you saying we should eat sugar?
Well, I was going to ask that.
Huh? Are you saying we should eat sugar? You're telling me not to drink the diet drinks. Are you saying I should eat sugar? So it's like I finished telling you that cigarettes cause cancer.
Can I have a chew?
Can I dip snuff and smoke a cigar in a pipe? No. Sugar is bad. There's no question. Diet is no better. You don't get any credit by eating something that's a trick sweetener. As far as we know, and you can see this with common sense, if Diet Pepsi helped even an ounce of your weight by drinking it as opposed to regular Pepsi, do you not think that the president of Pepsi hired 20 college girls to live in the basement, half of whom drank Pepsi and half of whom drank Diet Pepsi? Do you think they don't know the result of that test? They absolutely have done that. Not only that, they've done it rats and cats and bats and mice and everything as well, I'm sure. And we also know the results because they haven't told us about it. So the short answer is sweets, sugar, junk food, no. And you get no credit by saying, I think I'll have some aspartame or stevia instead. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you don't like it. I don't want to tell you, but diet drinks don't help, and you know that because you haven't heard one ad from the companies that make the diet foods. Not one that said it helped you lose weight. There's no diet company that's based on diet foods, on sugar-free foods.